Welcome to Ventichic, the place where aspiring billionaires seek inspiration. Today, we'll discuss why OMEGA Seamaster is superior to Rolex Submariner. Without further ado, let's start. A piece of advice: if you can purchase a Rolex Submariner 116610 LV, seize it. Utilize all available financing options, max out your credit cards if necessary, and you can sell it and generate a considerable profit if you're dissatisfied. Then, with that profit, consider acquiring the OMEGA Seamaster Professional, which I'll explain why it's a superior alternative. Certain aspects of the Submariner LV surpass those of the Seamaster. The Submariner played a pivotal role in popularizing commercial dive watches and remains one of the most coveted timepieces ever produced, not to mention its exceptional resale value. However, all of that becomes inconsequential if you can't obtain one, and even if you manage to do so by some stroke of luck, the burden of knowing its substantial equity value can weigh heavily on you. This is where the Seamaster Professional shines as a superior watch. Let's delve deeper into the specifics. The rubber-strapped Seamaster is priced at £3,700. While still a significant sum, it pales compared to the nearly £7,000 price tag of the Submariner and is even further from the current market value of the green bezel edition. You'll have an in-house caliber 8800 visible movement and remarkable resistance to magnetic fields up to 15,000 Gauss. It boasts a free-sprung balance, an exceptional coaxial escapement, an advancement over the traditional Swiss lever escapement, eliminating friction. With the Seamaster, you can easily acquire one and relish its usage without the concern of substantial depreciation. Even the appealing grey dial version, which would typically command a higher resale price in Rolex terms, won't cost you more than the standard black or blue dial options. No artificial scarcity, no waiting lists, and no inflated prices for untouched watches displayed in jewelers' windows just to gain access to your desired timepiece. You can simply walk in, make the purchase, and leave with it adorning your wrist. Additionally, if you intend to keep it, the Submariner's main advantage, its resale value, becomes irrelevant. OMEGA, as a brand, can outperform Rolex in various aspects. It has significantly contributed to the evolution of watchmaking, shaping both the present and the future. The Seamaster itself is more intricate to manufacture than the Submariner, featuring elegant twisted lugs with alluring beveling, a ceramic dial adorned with trademarked waves that shimmer in a rhodium gray sunburst, hands and markers securely affixed, and a symmetrical date display at 6 o'clock. Thus, the entire experience from initiation to completion offers a more rewarding opportunity to possess a dive watch from one of the renowned sports watch manufacturers. No hoops to jump through, no favors to carry, no frivolous games. Indeed, this holds value even if you prefer the Submariner's aesthetics. Yet, that preference becomes moot when your only means of enjoyment is virtual browsing. Speaking of preference, liking this video lets us know you enjoyed it. Share it with others who might find it valuable, and let's create a community of like-minded individuals. The Submariner has the potential to be universally appealing, but its value diminishes if it's unattainable. However, it's not that straightforward. Here's the paradox. You can head to your nearest OMEGA retailer right now, purchase an OMEGA Seamaster Professional, and have a wide range of options. There are many choices, including steel, gold, titanium, blue, black, and white, and all are readily available. The Seamaster Professional is reliable, dependable, and secure. You can either rush to buy one immediately or take your time to make the purchase. But here's the peculiar thing. Doesn't that somehow diminish its allure? I can't quite explain it. Everything about the Seamaster is outstanding. It looks fantastic, is impeccably crafted, and features excellent movement. If this were a scientific experiment, the hypothesis would favor the Seamaster as the ultimate choice. Yet, we need to understand whether something about the Submariner makes it more desirable, or if it's simply a case of the grass appearing greener on the other side. If you input the question into a robot, providing all the details, it would consistently output Seamaster, regardless of how many times you restart it. If we were playing a game of top trumps, the Seamaster would swiftly defeat the Submariner due to its additional escape valve, lower price, and coaxial escapement. So, why are Submariners readily available in abundance? It's a puzzling question. If the Submariner 116610 LV were easily obtainable, would it still hold the same allure? We only need to think back to 2003, when the original LV was introduced, a 50th anniversary celebration of the Submariner line. Initially, there were waiting lists for a year, but soon enough, it became widely available below the suggested retail price and even faced some detractors. Now, one might end up paying the price of a sky dweller for it. So, what's happening here? Why is it more likely to be struck by lightning than to receive a call from a Rolex dealer notifying you that your LV has arrived and can be picked up today? Scarcity alone isn't sufficient. If Omega simply restricted the supply of Seamasters to their retailers, fewer people would wear them. No, there's something else about Rolex, something intangible that the public can't seem to get enough of. Here's my perspective. Rolex isn't a brand of greater historical significance compared to Omega, and the Submariner isn't inherently a better watch than the Seamaster. I believe that Rolex is a superior brand to Omega, and I don't solely mean it in terms of popularity. Even during its early years, when Omega outsold Rolex by 100 to 1, Rolex was a superior brand. Do you also agree with me? What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comment section below. That's why I think Omega makes watches, but Rolex sells them. Founder Hans Willdorf wasn't a watchmaker, he was a salesman, a marketer. He possessed foresight into upcoming trends. He recognized the influence of celebrity endorsements and brand associations. He understood that perception relied on individual product quality and how well the entire product range cohesively represented the brand. Place a 1960s Seamaster and a 1940s Seamaster side by side, and they could easily be mistaken as watches from different manufacturers. In contrast, three Rolex watches displayed together unmistakably belong to the same team. This remains true today. Examine the Omega lineup and ask yourself, without the logo, could you accurately guess that the Globemaster, Bullhead, and Seamaster Professional are produced by the same company? While there may be recurring elements like lyre-shaped lugs, it's a subtle trait even among models that share it. On the other hand, do the same exercise with Rolex and it becomes a different story. By the way, subscribe now and click the notification bell to be the first to know when we release new videos. This reputation wasn't built overnight. It's been gradually and consistently established and ingrained in our consciousness over decades. So the choice is clear. You should consider purchasing the OMEGA Seamaster Professional not only because it's readily available but also because it's the superior watch. But sometimes, being better doesn't necessarily matter. The deepest diver, the fastest lap time, and the loudest speakers may signify superiority, but the real question is, do they bring you joy? Ultimately, that's what truly matters. And that's all for today's video. I hope you learned new information from us. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us in Ventichic, and remember to subscribe to our channel to avoid missing any videos. See you in our next updates.